Alright, hi guys. So, it's been about 3 weeks since my concert. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks. And let me just say, it was the best. It was amazing. Like, I just loved the whole thing. It turned out great. But I'm just gonna tell you what happened, and we'll go from there. Okay, so, it was the day of the concert, and we were walking around, Oklahoma City with our Big Time Summer Tour shirts on, just like getting pumped for the concert, and someone stopped us. And we were talking to her for a little while, and I figured out who it was, and it was Olivia Summerlin. So we totally just met her on the street. It was awesome. She's amazing. I just love her so much. And then, so we got back to our hotel about 1-ish, 12:30, whatever. And we got ready for the concert. We had all our stuff ready and everything. And we walked down to the venue, and there was only like 2 people in line, so we sat down for a little while. And then Kaylin and Emily and then Erica, we all met them at the concert, the pre-meet and greet thing or whatever. And so finally 3 o'clock went down, and they told us to get in a line, and we did. And then Dustin and Christine came out, and everybody was screaming because Dustin was out. We were like, ah! But Dustin is Dustin, so what can you say? And then he told us the rules and what we're supposed to do and everything. So we go inside, my mom sends us in, and we get our tickets from Dustin, and then we wait in line. And we waited in line for about, it seemed like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, but the security guard had to make sure our signs were appropriate. And then there was a guy coming around telling us where our seats were. And I'm like, hey, where's our seats at? And he goes, oh, and he was like, oh, you're sitting right here and here, and Big Time Rich is going to be walking down your aisle. And me and Mariah just screamed. Like, it was ridiculous. We kind of embarrassed ourselves, but whatever. So after that ordeal, it was about maybe 10 minutes after, we heard someone over the speakers. It happened to be the boys. Oh my gosh, the boys. They were rehearsing, like, I don't know what they were rehearsing, but we heard James first, and we were like, wait a minute, and it happened to be them. So after about 5 minutes of that, they finally let us in a sound check. We were second row of sound check, and we sat in front of Carlos and Logan and Dustin. So kind of near the end or whatever. But Dustin came out, or Carlos was flying his helicopter around, and then almost hit a speaker. And then Dustin came out, and he was like, okay, you can't record or whatever, but I recorded anyway. But then they all came out, and they were wanting to let us ask questions. So we had our bracelets on. My bracelet from last year's on the wall, but it's a bottle cap and it makes a lot of noise. And so we were waving those around, and I guess they're loud. So I guess Carlos goes, so that's why you wore those, huh? And we were like, yes. And then I guess Carlos picked on Kaylin, and she asked him about her camera or whatever. And then after that, they played, after a few more questions, they were asking what song to sing. So me, Mariah, Kaylin, and Emily were like, they gotta sing Stuck. So we were screaming, we were like, Stuck, Stuck, Stuck. And while we were screaming that, James was naming all these other songs, and so we kept singing Stuck, like, I would not give up. Finally, Stuck came on, or they were like, fine, we're gonna sing Stuck. Holy Jesus, because I wanted them to sing Stuck because it brought back memories to my first concert, and it was amazing. Like, I wanted to cry. So they started singing, and we held up our sign that says we drove 5 hours from Kansas to meet/you guys, or whatever. So Logan saw that during Stuck, and then when Logan's part came on, I was bawling my eyes out. I don't know why, but I think it just brought back memories. So I was like sitting there wiping my tears away, and I was trying to keep together, and Logan saw me crying, and that was embarrassing. But he did make a funny face and made me laugh, and it was the best thing ever. Like, he was so cute, so cute. And then during some point of the time, my friend Mariah had never been to a meet and greet, never, nothing sound check. So we were trying to get her question answered. So we were pointing to her like this or whatever. And Logan was like, oh, me, like imitating us or whatever. It was funny. It was so funny. That time she didn't get her question answered, but, oh well, it doesn't matter. And then they sang Windows Down, and, again, the 4 of us were the only people that went, woo, woo, the first time they, like, when they go, I can feel it in the air that it's on tonight. Woo! Yeah, me and my friend were the only people that did that. So, it was kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, we got their attention. So, that's all that matters. Let's see. And then after they sang Windows Down, someone asked them to sing the Giant Turd song. Now, Kendall was not a fan of this. He was talking about, he said, this will never leave us, will it? So me, Kaylin, Mariah, and Emily were like, oh, you're such a turd. Oh, yeah, a giant turd. And Kendall, they all joined in on us. So, Big Time Rush, we actually got to sing with Big Time Rush. It was great. I got chills thinking about it. But, it was good. And then, after that, nothing really happened. Logan beatboxed us out, blah, blah, blah. So we're standing in line for meet and greet, and we hear this big bang. It just happened to be, that was the day, the boys crashed the Segway. It was the funniest thing ever. Like, we didn't know they crashed it until, like, a couple of days after, because they go, skate or die, or Segway or die, and then they did die, or whatever. But, that was that. Okay, and then so we get into the room, and I can see them. They're like right there. They're beautiful. Oh my gosh! I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. I wanted to do everything. But I had to keep calm. Like, I had to. And we set our gifts down on the table and we left all our stuff. And Dustin asked us how many was in our party, and we go 2, and he goes, okay, you're after Emily. So Emily was done, and Logan already had his arms out and waiting for me to hug him, because he knew I was going straight for him. Like, he just knew that that he was my favorite. And so we hugged him, and he called me cute again. Oh my gosh, he called me cute again. And then, while we were hugging, kind of like an afterthought, you kind of keep this to yourself, but he goes, cute, cute, and it was oh my god, it was beautiful. And then I go, can we hug for the picture? And he's like, sure. So we hugged, and he smelled so good. And then on the way out, we were getting our stuff, and he goes, have a good show, and I'm like, we will. Run in here because she was too starstruck, but I'm just freaking out. So nothing really happens. Jackson Guthrie was good. Olivia was amazing. I freaking love her to death. She's amazing. And then Victoria just came on, and me and Mariah were rocking out. We knew, like, all her songs. Finally. Oh, and then, like, I think between Victoria Justice and Big Time Rush, she met Erin. She was amazing. I love her to death. But then if the banner dropped and Big Time Rush came out, and it was the best show ever. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better show. Okay, so the first interaction we have with the boys is during the acoustics at, like, Na Na Na, like Nobody's Around, because me and Mariah held up our worldwide signs, and Logan and Kendall saw them. I swear, like, I made eye contact. And I'm just like, oh my god, they saw him, or whatever. And then, going worldwide, neither of us got picked, which is okay. Like, I wasn't bummed. I'm a Big Time Rush concert, I don't care. And me and Mariah, like, Carlos was licking our waist, so we were waving at Carlos, and he waved back, and we gave him a heart, and then he gave us a heart back. It was so cute, like, it was amazing. And during Time of Our Life, Kendall points at Mariah. That was a good time. And then they came out for the encore, and I had a sign that said Logan on it. It was kind of the one from last year, but it was the same one. It just said Logan. It had a bunch of hearts around it. And I held it up because he was, like, looking our way. I held it up, and he kind of went like this. And then I looked down, and I'm like, oh, it was upside down. So I turned it up. I turned it around, and he saw it, and he smiled, and me and Mariah were, like, freaking out. And he walked away and laughed at us. Oh my god, that boy. I don't even understand. That boy just. Anyway, it was. But that was it. That concert was. I think it was hard. I don't know which concert was better, last year's or this year's. But it was a good concert. Like, you couldn't, like, it was the best concert. So I'm excited. And then in November, I know this is a completely different subject, but in November I'm meeting Emblem 3. I'm so excited. I love Emblem 3, but not as much as Big Time Rush, so it'll be interesting. But I just wanted to share, like, my concert experience, meet and greet thing or whatever, because honestly it was like the best day ever. I could never ask for a better day. Don't want to change anything about it. It was amazing. but I will put pictures of something at the end, hopefully, maybe, we'll see. Bye, guys.